Alright, guys, let me tell you, don't mind my appearance because this is just a dusty day for me. Like, alright, so yesterday, it was probably like one of the worst Valentine's Day. I'm used to not having a Valentine's. Like, oh, everybody around me is my Valentine's fake. I'm playing. But I don't want to dash on. What am I trying to say? But, alright, so this is exactly what happened to me. I didn't want to be like in my room cooped up on Valentine's Day. Like, how you want to get out and walk and enjoy and just breathe for a bit. So I went out of my room. I'm looking around because I'm just like, ooh, is somebody here? Because I don't want them to hear the story. But I'm letting the internet hear my story. What? Anyway, so I'm walking around and I go to the back of my college, because if you guys don't know, I'm in college. So I went to the back of my college and walked through these gates, and you know, I pick up a phone call, have a phone call for about like 3 minutes. Yeah, it was 3 minutes, and then that person like, oh, had to go, this and that, like, oh, just one, da da da. So fast forward, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just go back into my dorm room. You feel me? Like, this is a sign that I should not be like out here. So I start walking back to the gate, cause a gate to go back to school. This and that, and the third. And tell me why when I go back into the gate, like back to walk into this to the gate, like this police officer just closes them in my face, and he put chains around those gates. Like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, I just needed to clear my head for a second, and I come back and you're locking me out of school. I don't think he meant to do it intentionally, but he definitely saw me. Maybe he thought I was like, oh, didn't go to the school or whatever. But if I'm walking back, I don't know what I'm not about to figure out his thought process. But I was basically locked out, and I had to figure out like a way to come back in. And like, oh my gosh, I am afraid of the dark. You guys cannot tell me anything. Oops, sorry for the view. But you guys, I started crying, bro, because I'm afraid of the dark. Like, he really messed me up. Like, I had to walk all the way around the school. And I could just hear my mom's voice, like, what we learned. Maybe you shouldn't have been walking. But she has a date for Valentine's Day, okay? She didn't need to clear her head or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I need a date for Valentine's Day. It was kind of like, I didn't have anything to do for Valentine's Day. Like, there was nothing, absolutely nothing for me to do. Like, of course I could have went, like, on campus they were doing like this speed dating or whatever. But I felt like if I went, people would look at me like, she need help with, I don't know. I would love to do speed dating, but just for the fun of it, not because like, oh my gosh, I want to find somebody, but because I've never like been the one. And maybe that's why I was kind of like nervous, because I didn't know like, ooh, what am I going to talk about? And for those of you that don't know, speedy dating, I'm dead. Speed dating is like when you sit at the table and you basically rotate, like, the options, I'm dead, the people. So you sit down and you ask them a question and they ask you questions back. But I felt like I would be so awkward, or maybe they wouldn't want to talk to me because of the way I look or something. I don't know. People are like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and share this with you. But if this video shuts off, just go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. It's Sick Boy out here again. Like, it seems like every time you guys see me, I'm like out in the forest. I promise it's not intentional. I feel like this is the only place where like I can speak out loud, because you don't want to like film all in front of people's faces. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, because I'm dead. A car, like, when cars pass by you, like, you feel crazy because you're like talking to a camera and whatever. But it's just my day, like, you feel me? Like, so if you had a worse Valentine's Day than me, I would like you guys to just comment and tell me if you did, because mine was just the worst. Like, literally, I was crying. My best friend was not picking up her phone because she was dealing with her own problems. Like, she had legit reasons why she wasn't picking up, which is why I was like, I'm not even mad. But, you know, I just want to go ahead and, like, rant, rant. I'm good. Rant to you guys. I'm sorry, I'm looking behind me. I thought I heard, like, somebody. Maybe it's just one of those cones or whatever that's falling from the tree or whatever. But, thank you for watching. Thanks for all the views. I still am at 0 subscribers. But, you know, I feel like there are a lot of you out there. So, maybe like me, I don't really subscribe to anybody. Maybe I should start. Maybe I'll gain. I don't know. But have a nice day. Thank you. Uh, I'm pretty sure if you had a better Valentine's Day than me. So, peace, guys.